Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC, your home for everything Liverpool FC. Today, we've got a massive update from Anfield. Hugo Ekitike reveals his true feelings about Arne Slot's tough approach. He's on my back. Liverpool seal a new contract deal. Big moves on the $20 million Academy Revamp Plus. Arne Slot breaks silence on the Dijk Rooney spat and fires a cheeky dig at Premier League rivals. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every twist and turn in the transfer window. Hugo Ekitike shares true feelings on Arne Slot treatment at Liverpool. He's on my back. Hugo Ekitike has scored 6 goals in 15 appearances for Liverpool. Since his summer arrival from Frankfurt, the question hadn't even finished when Hugo Ekitike let out a chuckle and rocked back in his seat before delivering an emphatic response. Does Liverpool boss Arne Slot push the striker a lot in training? Yes, laughed the France international striker. As a player, sometimes you're pied. It's annoying. I know he wants the best for me and the best for the team. I would say he's on my back, but not for a bad thing. He just wants to help me, so I don't take that badly. Sometimes you say that when a coach is on your back. Maybe sometimes you feel like it's a little bit too much and you want to complain. But it's a good thing because I think if a coach doesn't like you, he will not speak to you or not try to get the best of you. He wants me to give more and more and more. But I think that's a question you should ask him. Certainly, Ekitike has proven himself a quick learner in English football since his $79 million arrival from Eintracht Frankfurt in July with 6 goals and 15 appearances for the Premier League champions. However, a needless second yellow and subsequent red card for taking his shirt off after scoring the winner in the League Cup against Southampton in September, ruling himself out of the Premier League defeat at Crystal Palace 3 days later. That sparked a miserable Liverpool run of 6 defeats. In 7, prompted a public rebuke from Slot and asked for any examples of strong messages from the Reds boss. Ekitike added, "Obviously keep my shirt on. It was more about work rate without the ball, to be more involved and to work more for the team, which I'm trying to do. We'll get there. It's mostly about working without the ball." Attempts to forge a strike partnership with Alexander Isak have been thwarted by fitness problems for the $125 million British record signing, with the duo starting just 1 game together, the 5-1 Champions League romp at Eintracht Frankfurt last month. He's a good player, and I'm not worried about good players because in time they improve and they learn how to find connections and links, said Ekitike. I'm definitely sure that not only him, but all the players who play in the offensive line, I know we can all play together. Having returned to training on Friday, Isak is likely to be on the bench when Liverpool aim to continue their revival of home wins over Aston Villa and Real Madrid with a trip to title contenders Manchester City on Sunday. In opposition will be Erling Haaland, who has rediscovered devastating form this term with a whopping 18 goals in 14 appearances in all competitions. And asked if the Norwegian is the best striker in the world at present, Ekitike added, "One of those, I would say, yes. He's on the list of best strikers in the world now for a few years and definitely someone I'm looking at. If I can add a little bit in my game, it would be from this game. He's able to do things without touching the ball much during the game, and it's really impressive. He's definitely someone I'm looking at." Ekitike knows a thing or two about learning from forwards. He was at Paris Saint-Germain when Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi and Neymar were ahead of him in the pecking order, and is in the same France squad as close friend Mbappe and Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembélé. "I try to take things from the players I love," said Ekitike. "I like to watch and try to add to my game to make me more complete." What did I learn from Messi? Maybe his vision. Sometimes I try to see things earlier before I receive the ball. Neymar, I took some tricks and skills, ball control. I took the runs of Kylian. He could do great runs without the ball. So many things, it is difficult to list. But I definitely took stuff from their game. Ekitike spent 20 minutes talking with Mbappe after helping Liverpool down his Real Madrid side in midweek. He saw me in a bad position at PSG, so he is happy for me that now things are working out, said the 23-year-old. We can see each other in the national team and play together. He has been like a big brother to me. What was wrong at PSG? I was just not playing. It was difficult at the end. He was always good to me, always gave me advice. Having started his career with Reims, Ekitike took the unusual step in 2021 of several months on loan in Denmark with Velja Bold Club, which he believes transformed him as a player. I would say not a weird move, but not what you expect from a young player, he said. Most thought I would go to the second division in France, but I made the choice to go to Denmark. Obviously, it was difficult, but really good. I got consistent minutes. I learned a lot from this league. The guys were really strong. I got confidence for when I came back to France. And on hearing that Thierry Henry regards him as the most exciting signing of the summer, Ekitike added, he is an idol for us French players, so I take that compliment. But I don't want to be an exciting signing. I want to be a good player who has had a great season. Liverpool agree new contract as decision taken on 20 Mimado's Academy Revamp Liverpool. Academy Director Alex Inglethorpe has signed a new contract. Extension Alex Inglethorpe has maintained his association with Liverpool by signing a new contract extension as Academy Director. Inglethorpe was due to be out of contract at the end of the season, but has reached agreement over a new deal with the Reds, wanting him to oversee a 20 million revamp of the Academy facilities at Kirkby, which is due to be completed in 2028. The 53-year-old has been at Liverpool for 13 years, having arrived from Tottenham Hotspur back in November 2012, initially working as coach of the under-21 side. Inglethorpe, though, has spent the majority of his time as the head of the academy, ultimately guiding the progress of players such as Curtis Jones and Connor Bradley, from youth level through to the first team. The academy underwent a period of change during the summer when long-serving coaches Barry Ludus and Mark Bridge-Wilkinson departed their roles as U21's coach and U18's boss, respectively. Liverpool have since appointed former Wales national team manager Rob Page in charge of the U21s, while Simon Wiles moved from Manchester United to assume control of the younger age group. Matt Newberry, who was head of academy recruitment and director of loans and pathways, was promoted to head of global talent. Luis Fernando Ubel arrived as the new individual development lead coach, and Gary Probert, formerly of Ipswich Town, was appointed the new head of loan management. Arne Slot breaks silence on Virgil van Dijk's spat with Wayne Rooney to have final say. Liverpool boss Arne Slot has had his say on the recent spat between Virgil van Dijk and Wayne Rooney, with the former Manchester United striker questioning the Dutchman's captaincy. Arne Slot has come to the defense of Virgil van Dijk following criticism of the Liverpool captain's leadership from Wayne Rooney. The former Everton and Manchester United forward suggested last month that he felt Van Dijk had not adequately captained the Reds this season. The Liverpool skipper responded to the comments, describing them as lazy, although Rooney has maintained his position. The two then discussed their differences at Anfield, following Tuesday evening's 1-0 Champions League triumph against Real Madrid. However, he did somewhat backtrack on his views. Implying Van Dijk had stopped putting in effort after signing a new contract was overly critical. Slot spoke about Van Dijk's captaincy during Friday's press conference. He said, "I've picked captains at my former clubs where the age of the players was much younger. Maybe not completely because they were already the leader of the team, but hoping that it could help them become a leader of the team. But with Virgil, it's so clear that he's the leader of this team. When you walk through the AXA training center, when we start the training session, you can hear him. You can feel he's our leader. He's already been so important for this club for so many years, but I don't think I've had many captains who were so vocal, so loud as he is. He's been a very good captain for me, and since he became the captain of this club, he sets the bar at 10 out of 10. And when he has a 9 out of 10 performance, he sometimes gets criticized too. I think other players will get compliments for a 9 out of 10, but he gets criticized for that. He has had similar form to last season," Slot continued with Sky Sports. "But there were 1 or 2 moments this season where he could have done better defensively, and he got criticized by that straight away. Maybe he should see it as a compliment, because that's where he set the bar from." Arne Slot agrees with Jamie Carragher as Liverpool boss aims dig at Premier League rivals. Liverpool boss Arne Slot has aimed a thinly veiled dig at Arsenal and other Premier League rivals ahead of his side's clash with Manchester City this weekend. Arne Slot has taken a subtle swipe at Arsenal and other Premier League rivals ahead of Liverpool's clash with Manchester City. The Reds are set to face off against Pep Guardiola's side at the Etihad Stadium this weekend. in a bid to close the gap on the Gunners in the title race. Arsenal have carved out a comfortable lead at the top of the table, having secured victories in each of their last 5 matches. The North London outfit could further extend their lead to 9 points before Sunday afternoon's heavyweight clash if they manage to defeat Sunderland. Slot has expressed his excitement about going head-to-head with Guardiola, describing his team as a joy to watch, unlike others. In an interview with Sky Sports, the Reds manager said, "You're always looking forward to watching his team play. When you are analyzing every opponent, it's always nice when you play against his teams because then you have the privilege to watch 5, 6, 7 games of his team and you never get bored. At least I never get bored because his team always have a very good and clear idea in ball possession. They always try to make the people happy. It's a joy to watch where so many other games are not, in my opinion, a joy to watch anymore. It's become more about time wasting and things I don't like that much about the game, but which are very good tools to use to make it difficult for other teams if they play against you. It's a new tactic in football, I would say, but this is something Pep's teams hardly do. And of course, the Barcelona team was unbelievable, hoping they would play on a Sunday night at 8 p.m., so there was one thing to look forward to at the end of the weekend. Then when he went to his other teams, he also invented things like the inverted fullback. It's always something special if you watch a game on one of his teams. A lot of managers win, but in the style he has won is trophies. That is why he stands out when compared to many others. I wonder if there are many managers that start their careers now that will reach 1,000 games, especially at the level that he's worked at, because it was probably already very hard to achieve that, and there's a lot of sacrifices coming with that. On Tuesday, the ex-Liverpool defender clarified his position. Carragher said, "For the 100th time, I didn't say that I hate set pieces or long throws. What I don't like is every team taking long throws, and the time it's taking out of the game. I totally get teams doing it who struggle and lack the quality of getting the ball in the box. I also like seeing how teams cope with them. But teams that have great technical players and have spent hundreds of millions on them should be getting the ball in play as quickly as they can to get these players on the ball. I'm no football snob, but this is taking the game backwards.